The recreational marijuana business has exploded in New Mexico since it became legal, but there are rules. What happens to those who aren't following them? News 13's Marilyn Upchurch is here to explain.
I spoke with the New Mexico Cannabis Control Division. They say their goal is to work with these businesses, not close them down.
The whole idea is we're going from an unregulated new industry to a regulated industry.
6 months ago, recreational cannabis sales began. Since then, the state's Cannabis Control Division has not revoked any cannabis business licenses. But what happens if there are violations?
If we do find a violation, it just sort of rests on what the violation is. If it's something minor, then typically we'll give them like 30 days to correct it.
Inspectors go out with a checklist and look for any issues. That list includes control of waste, fire safety, and to make sure businesses have security measures. It all depends on if the business is a retailer or grower.
For retailers, they don't typically have as extensive a checklist because they're not growing.
Since April, Cannabis Control has done about 100 inspections. They say there are businesses that are not in compliance. We asked, but they could not tell us how many are not following all the rules.
Some of the pieces might be a little onerous, especially when it comes to waste with the grow and the production. We have to keep track of all the leaves that we pull off that don't actually have any THC.
One of the grounds for suspension, if businesses don't enter their product in the state's seed-to-sale software. Plants are tracked whether they come from New Mexico or out of state. But again, even if businesses slip up on rules, the goal is to get them back on track.
Again, it's a new industry, and so we're kind of working with the licensees to get them into compliance.
Also, the state has not cited any recreational marijuana license since it became legal. They got back to us, and according to the Regulation and Licensing Department, there are 31 cannabis businesses who are not compliant. They are also looking to hire 2 compliance officers. Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Marilyn. Now the Cannabis Control Division has 8 compliance officers to inspect 478 businesses with recreational marijuana use. There's no requirement on how many times a year the state has to inspect the businesses.